Hi, my name is Jake Rockwell with the Office of Yuma County Emergency Management. Here about 8:48 p.m. last night, Yuma County experienced a strong wind storm event with wind gusts reported up to 70 miles per hour. During that large gust, we had 3 large fires start. And along with that large wind gust, we had lots of down power lines. At this time, we believe that the fires were started due to down power lines, but that's still under investigation. Currently, 2 of the fires are contained and are still being monitored in case of flare-ups. We have 1 large fire currently still active. Of the 2 fires that are contained, we had one approximately of 2,000 acres, one approximately 50 acres, and the large fire that's currently still active, we are predicting of about 12,000 acres in damage. We got better.
Can you go through the names of those fires for our viewers?
The 3 names of the fires that Yuma County is using to identify our County Road L fire, and that one's the 2,000 acres that is contained and being monitored for any flare-ups. We have the County Road 44 fire, and that was approximate damage of 50 acres. And the large fire that's still currently active is called the County Road 33 fire, and that one we have approximate damage of 12,000 acres. Now that the sun has come out, we've gotten a better data so we can get some better information on approximate damage in acres. At this time, we believe that some structures were damaged, but as of now, there hasn't been any major structures that were reported damaged or lost. Some of the difficulties that we are facing are with water supply. We do have a lot of agencies assisting with getting water down to the firefighters, but you know, pumping water takes time, and we're also experiencing a lot of issues with visibility due to the damage and the acres lost. There's a lot of dirt in the air. And the wind speeds are still a major hazard for us due to them causing flare-ups and potential new fires that we're monitoring things in case any new fires do happen. We are mostly focusing on containing fires that are currently the large fire that's still active, and then monitoring the 2 fires that were put out in case of any flare-ups. And then we are currently also working on having our power supply companies getting up all of the down power lines. There are still a number of downed power lines causing outages, but we don't have that information at this time. We're going to continue to monitor and control these fires until the end of the wind event is over, and the National Weather Service has gave us a time of approximately 6 p.m. tonight.
Just a couple of questions.
Okay.
What's the round trip of those tenders to resupply water?
Well, that's
an estimate.
It could be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. It depends on where they're coming from, and each agency has a preferred fill location, and that depends on what nozzle they need to fill up their truck. So, and we have closer locations if they can just pull out of a water tank. Farmers are helping us with that, but it kind of depends on the truck and what they need to, pump that water in that truck. As nozzles and all that kind of takes present effect on things.
And
you have to truck the water in, right? There aren't hydrants in the middle of the county.
No, there are no major hydrants in the county. We have wells, and you can pump from wells, but again, it also depends on what kind of hookups on that well, what that fire truck is able to hook up to.
Got it.
So we are pumping water out of Ray and Yuma, so if trucks have to come all the way to town and fill up due to that's what they need to fill, and then that's what they're doing. But we all have a lot of agencies and a lot of local farmers helping with trucking water in, so we are making progress.
I also heard that farmers helped build fire breaks by disking land.
Yeah.
And using other implements, I guess, to disrupt the land.
Yesterday, we were making preparations for this wind event, and we made a Facebook post asking farmers to hook up their discs before the wind came. And then last night, we had a lot of people volunteer. And then we were utilizing them at the staging, and then they were getting orders from the fire chiefs on building fire breaks farther down the line. So if the fire did reach there, we could at least had a good foothold to hold it. And
did you ask the I don't know who the supplier is, but did you ask them to de-energize those lines that are at risk?
We discussed this, but it's something that hasn't been really done out here. We know that like Excel does that. It's something we might look into in the future. We'd need to do some tests on our infrastructure, because if we shut off the power, there's people that rely on power due to medical equipment, so we don't want to, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Jake, can you clarify how many people lost power?
Yeah.
We were reporting that it was the entire town of Yuma, but I don't think it was, right?
During the beginning of that storm, I believe was it half of Yuma?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Was,
half of Yuma lost power, and then Olive Ray, and then Eckley's still out of power. And there's a lot of rural locations still have power. But the best place to find that information is YW Electric. They have a map.
Got it. So Olive Ray lost power.
Yeah, for a time, and then they got it back.
And then I got it back.
But not only
Some people still don't have power, and right.
Was that right? And Eckley's still out too.
Yeah, there's
Not only did you have fire damage, but you also had quite a bit of wind damage also, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of trees that went down, and that also caused majority of some of the town's power outages. The tree branches falling on lines and breaking things. But I'm sure there'll be more reports of buildings blown over, but at this time we don't have that information. We are currently working on getting that information though.
But not only Yuma, but Ray also.
Yes, the wind event hit the whole county.
Okay.
And we ask that people continue to follow the Yuma County Emergency Management Facebook page. That's where we're putting updates. If another fire breaks out, or if we're going to have to open up shelters, or we have asked that people email, go into the Facebook page. There is a post about reporting damage, so residents in Yuma County can report damage there. And we have CSU Extension and some of our ag partners who are reaching out to farmers and ranchers to see what they're needing at this time. But it's still a work in progress. There's still a lot of...
Can you describe what kind of land it was that burned? Is it grassland? Is it wheatland? Is it farmland or ranch land? Is it irrigated?
There's a...
D, all the above.
Yeah, all of the above.
It is, okay.
There's irrigated, pasture land, all the above. CRP, which is often catches fire.
So there's definitely loss of crops, I guess, or property, or this will be a setback for farmers, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, one thing in the fall, whenever the crops have already been harvested, they're dead most of the time, and so they catch fire easily. So hopefully most of the fall crops were out, and then once they're in this time of the year, they're susceptible to fire because it's already been harvested.
Gotcha.
Have you gotten any livestock numbers yet?
We are working on getting those estimates on if there was any animals lost. But that's still work in progress. We're working on getting that information.
You don't know of any at the moment, or do you?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
There's been rumors, but I don't know for sure. But we're working on that. We have CSU Extension and some of our ag partners in the county.
Can you give me a number on how many agencies across the Yuma County have responded to this?
All of the Yuma County fire agencies and EMS agencies have been involved, and then all of our law enforcement has been involved. So, and then we've also had Kit Carson County, Colorado's assistance, Logan County, Washington County, Phillips County, and then the state has also been assisting us.
So neighbors, how many neighbors there?
Yep.
Do you feel like the fire resources that you've got and the help that you've received is adequate?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just, it depends on how long this windstorm does last, and we might need more resources, but we're gonna reach out to our mutual aid partners, and we've been preparing for it by sending some departments home to rest, and then they'll take over for departments if needed.
And then what about the overall feeling of neighbors helping neighbors and farmers activating before the event even happened? Describe how you feel about that.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate all of our farmers and ranchers' help, especially with tractors and disc and water trucks. That was a good thing to kind of make preparations before this wind event. We were hoping we wouldn't have any fires, but of course, you know, things happen, and we're grateful for all of the farmers' assistance.
I have a question. You said there were 3 fires. I know last night they were listing closer to 11.
Yeah, there were a lot of fires.
Just small ones?
There were, I've heard up to 12 reported, but when they came in, there was a lot of fires that were being reported, but they were actually the same fires, just depending on who called it in and where they said the approximate location was.
Okay, so it's just the 3 main ones?
Yeah, and there have been some reports that there was 2 smaller fires that combined to make 1 fire, but at that time, we don't know. It might have just been 1 that was just reported twice.
Did you have anyone use the shelters? I know that you had 3 set up.
Yeah, we had 3 set up. Well, we did have some people utilize them last night, but
I know they're shut this morning.
they went home to neighbor's house, or they went home to their house due to the fire was no longer a hazard in their area. Luckily, these fires have all been in real rural areas, so no major populations.
So was there ever an evacuation order sent out or an emergency alert?
Yeah, we did send out alert over the WIA system, so which is a federal system. And that went off in Fountains in Yuma County. And we paged it out to say, be aware of fires. If you do see a fire, please evacuate and go to one of these designated shelter locations. We kind of paged it out that way because there was so many fires starting at the time. It was like, well, we don't want to specifically focus on one location because there's a character limit, so you can only put so many characters in the message. So we kind of had to make it kind of broad. But we think it did its job. But we're going to continue to improve that process.
So in the future, this future on these fires, you're just going to continue to mop up and hopefully it holds?
Yeah.
Even during these next few days of wind events, right?
Yep. We're going to continue to monitor the 2 fires that are contained and make sure there's no flare-ups. And then the fire that's continuing to burn, we're making progress, and we're hoping to get that contained, and then we'll monitor them until the end of this wind event.
Can you address the sirens that went off today? What was that related to?
All of the sirens are related to paging out the firemen. So when they hear that siren and they get a notification on their phone, it makes them aware to report to the fire hall.
Got it.
And it kind of just makes the public aware of, emergency vehicles are going to be out driving, so,
Be aware.
be aware.
Got it. Any impact to the schools here at all?
At this time, I don't have that information. I know Ray and Yuma, we're still continuing to have school, and I think Liberty down there near Joe's, they did have a post on Facebook saying that if people need to stay home, that was fine, and there would be allowed to be an excused absence. Okay.
Thank you.
All good?
Way to go.
Thank you.